All right, Tuesday the 9th. Now, today we have 10 a.m. news, red, and obviously we have FOMC tomorrow, right? So I'm not going to trade tomorrow, but today I'm going to be very careful. I also most likely will not trade. Um, but if we see a good setup, I'll take it, right? So what I'm seeing at the moment is I'm seeing my drawn liquidity as previous day low because we've inversed this hourly fair value gap, right, with momentum towards it. It's also untapped on ES. Now we still have the relative equal highs from yesterday that we left, but then obviously again, if you look on the 4 hour, this bullish move has all just been kind of LR, more specifically, like the last couple of weeks. So I'm maybe kind of looking to see if any of that wants to get taken because we don't have a daily or 4 hour fair value gap in any of this until lower, right? We've got our first daily one here, which I think is just above discount of the range. Yeah, it's above discount of the range. So I don't see anything that could really kind of obviously propel us higher. We kind of have to just wait to see when we start to flip bullish to then target these highs and the unmitigated daily gap. So for the moment, I'm looking for this low, and then after we take it, I'll have to see how we'll react because there's a decent chance we'll just take it off open, and then I feel like we could either get a reversal and go towards London high and then eventually these highs, or we could continue lower because we do have, like down here, we've got some relative equal lows, and then we've obviously got a low here and then lows here. You see what I mean? We've got a lot of LRLR, so this could be the reversal here, smart money reversal to then put us into a sell program, but because we have inversed this 4 hour, which does make me also think we want this low here, possibly today. But then it doesn't make a ton of sense to be a smart money reversal as we didn't tap the daily gap. And obviously we left the equal highs or relative equal highs with no S&T. So not 100% sure there, but like I said, this low and then this low do look very promising. And then after at this low, we'll probably just want these two lows. And then maybe we could see a reversal from there, or maybe we want to come and take this low inside this daily gap. But either way, like I said, we'll be careful today because obviously we're expecting kind of consolidation with FOMC tomorrow. But hopefully FOMC can either just, I reckon FOMC will just make a sell off and then we'll probably start to then trade up on Thursday and Friday, but we will see what happens. So we'll come back if I find any trades. All right, so market opened. We traded up into the 5-minute gap. I wanted to see us go lower from, but we made dead equal highs, and I think we made, yeah, dead equal highs too on ES. So not taking this short. There was a nice 1-minute inversion, or even the 30-second, same thing, towards this previous day low. Not something that I'm interested in right after we've left the equal highs. Obviously, as you can see, it probably is going to work, but I would much rather target them later on, right? So now I'm going to be looking for the longs after we take this previous day low. So I think that is the much more likable setup, as we've now got London high above, we've got a kind of mini LR here, we've now got equal highs inside a 15-minute gap. So for me, there's just a lot more conviction for longs, especially even just at least to these equal highs now. Okay, we came down, swept the previous day low with an SMT, and then we're now showing signs of a bullish reaction. We've got this 2-minute IFVG, highest time frame one. There is a 1-minute, but we're going to wait for the 2-minute. This is an A+ setup, in my opinion. It's very good. I'll be targeting this high here for 2R. Hopefully we can get it, and hopefully we don't, because obviously we do have a 1:30 till the candle closes. Hopefully we don't close, too high to where that I don't want to take it. But let's see. There we are. I'm in this trade. We got the 2-minute inverse. I really like this. We've got the S&T with previous day low, and we've got all this LR above. Like I said, I wanted previous day low to get swept, and then I'd see how we react. And to me, it seems very obvious that now we want to go higher. We've got these dead equal highs as my break-even point. They are an SMT, yes, but all this SMT means to me is that ES is pushing higher and NQ is going to follow. I don't think it means NQ is going to reverse, as we've got the bearish SMT to show me the reversal to the upside. So that's my break-even up there, and then we've got the top of this kind of LRLR lines up with just under 2R, so I'll be taking off the full position there, risking about 0.5% to make just under 1%, and we will see how this trade plays out. Win or loss, I'm very happy with this trade, and this probably will be my only trade for the day due to the FOMC tomorrow, but I do like this trade, so let's see. Okay, there we are. Took the equal highs, break-even trade, now completely risk-free. Like I said, we're just going to hold to the top of this LRLR as it lines up with 2R. And if you go from the London high, sorry, from the high of this session, it's just above the Inters premium. If this is break even, I won't be mad. I've taken an amazing trade as I've done the past kind of, few weeks. Hopefully we can close above this 5 minute. That would be absolutely perfect. And yeah, we'll see if this plays out. But now we cannot lose, so there's nothing to be worried about. Okay, so we came lower. We haven't actually tapped my break even yet, and I'm hoping we can inverse this 1 minute. That'll be very, very nice. But obviously that's not the kind of reaction you want to see. But we did inverse the 5 minute, right? So I do like it. We do obviously have a bit of bearish SMT, but not with my exact target. So that's not worrying. Like I said, I do think we probably want to go higher and end up taking London high anyway. So if this is break even, this is break even. Like I said, I'm not too bothered, but we are respecting this 2 minute gap, and hopefully we can inverse this 1 minute gap. And then obviously we've already inversed the 5 minutes. So I don't see us wanting to go lower here, but as you can see, we are. So probably we'll get up the break even here. Not a problem, right? Amazing setup and realistic target, and everything I need to see is there. So I'm not mad about this at all. Obviously, forgot to mention, like while taking the trade, but obviously we do have the 10 a.m. news. I got my entry at obviously 9:35, so I'm not bothered about that 10 a.m. news. But obviously we've got a nice push here. Just about didn't invest the gap, but that is probably the reason why we are now doing this chop. So I might get stopped to break even here due to the news. Obviously, you could have said, I could have just targeted the equal highs, but for me, with my stop here, that's less than 1R, so I'd rather go for that target. It is just unfortunate that we have to do this. Here we are, we'll probably be break even here. Just very very unfortunate, very weird that we'd slow down here, to be honest. There we go, break even on that trade. Like I said, high chance this is the only trade I take today. We will see if we get anything, but if we do, it will be now after 10 a.m. news, as I'm not interested in this. Yeah, unfortunate. Amazing trade. 2 minute inverse, could not fault it, but like I said, just obviously the highest conviction with these equal highs. But I'm gonna aim for a little bit more, right? Because it's less than a 1R, and I want at least closer to a 2. So that's what we went for. So not a problem there at all. Obviously, this price action isn't great until 10 a.m. news, which is annoying. But then this kind of trade has got me thinking, what if I did just go for the lower R trades, right? Because even with a complete stop loss there, it's still a 0.9R, right? It's a bit less than 1. Obviously, I could have put my stop loss there. I think it still would have been a safe spot, because obviously that was a wick coming off the 50% of this wick. And yeah, it would have been a 1.2R. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like my win rate would be a lot higher, because, for example, I mean, that's the thing though. Recently, it would be yes, but not always. Like recently, I've been getting a lot of, obviously last week I had like 5 break-even trades, maybe 6 throughout the whole week, right? Where they were running in profit, obviously enough to hit my break-even. Where I feel like maybe it could be worth looking into, because I'm over 99% confident that these highs will hit once we get this inverse. And I am confident that this should hit, and I still think it will, right? I don't think we'll come and return to this low, but obviously the way I trade is I cover my risk at break even just in case, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it possibly, because I like to go for it like around as close to 2R as possible. But yeah, like I say, it might be worth looking into just going for lower R, because I feel like my win rate would be a lot higher. Going off obviously today, and going off most of last week, and even previously to that, right? So we'll have a look at that. Yeah, there we go. So that's my TP. Obviously, unfortunately, I'm not in it. Literally got break even barely. You kind of knew it's going to happen, and like I almost don't want to go break even, right? But it's just, I don't know, it's a tricky one. Obviously, we take the equal highs. we inversed the 5 minute, and then after I got broke even, so after we come back down to my entry here, ES then runs and takes my target, but then NQ still hits my break even after that. So I definitely would have went break even after that S&T anyway. So unfortunate. I'm not completely against shorting. Obviously we haven't actually taken the high yet, but I'm not going to short just yet. I'm going to wait to see now. But yeah, hopefully if we can leave this 1 minute gap open, that would be nice, as that will be a nice short. But I want to see us come up higher, take this high, tap into this 5 minute fair value gap here first. Well, we've tapped into the gap, so I just want to see us take the high first, because obviously we now do have the SMT with London high, which is very nice. But I just don't want to leave these relative equal highs up here. So we will see. Okay, I am actually giving this inverse a try. I know I said I'm not a big fan of that we didn't sweep this high, but I'll tell you why I'm giving it a try. One is the 5 minute fair value gap, right? We tapped into that. Two is that, yes, we didn't take the high, but they're not dead equal highs. And obviously we do have a big SMT. All these highs have been taken on ES. ES is now trading lower. I like the target of the low we put in this morning. Obviously, yes, it's a sweep of previous day low with an SMT, but that'll be my break even point, by the way. But it does look like a nice target if we want to continue lower, which, like I said, we may possibly do. And now that we've done this reaction, had this SMT, and then now we're getting a short setup, it's highly likely to me that we do want to continue lower. So we'll see quickly here if we can hit my break even. It is fairly early, yes, but it's the next swing low. Technically it is this one, but I'm not going break even yet, as that's just a waste of a trade in my opinion. I'm not going break even after, 10 points. I may as well just not enter the trade. So we'll go break even at this low. I do like that ES is about to, or has inversed its gap and had a CISD. Obviously we have the CISD now on NQ2. And yeah, this setup does look very, 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 very nice to me. Obviously I did say that I didn't like these highs, but then I did some more analysis and I realized that they should not be an issue, because it's a major SMT. It's inside a 5 minute gap and they're not dead equal highs, right? They're just relative. So we'll see if we can hit break even, and if we can win or lose or break even or whatever happens. This will be my last trade for today. I did say I was likely only going to take one, but this setup's appeared and it's a very good setup. So this will be my last trade for the day. Win, lose, break even, whatever. And then we'll come back on Thursday for our next trading session. Okay, looks like we want to get stopped out here. Again, not much I can say, really. I don't think it's a bad trade at all. We've got these 3 equal lows here, which is obviously weird that we make them and then pump, especially after having a nice kind of 2 dump off that S&T, like I said. But, if we lose this, which we probably will, I'm fine with it, right? It's annoying because the fact that I've been having so many break-even trades recently. Like, I've been trading so well today, yesterday, in the last week, but I've only had 1 win and 1 loss. Really, everything else has been break-even, but that is just December price action, and as you can see here, just December price action, right? So yeah, really unfortunate that we didn't come and run all this LR, or at least in my break-even. I really thought we would. But I guess there has been obviously the bullish S&T along the way, but every time we've made it, we've been in like drawdown or at break even, so it was not worth me going break even just off that kind of internal S&T, if you know what I mean. I had this low marked out because if we took that, I would have just went break even no matter what. Let's just see this quick. There we go. There's the loss for today. Obviously unfortunate because the first trade we took 1. And then this trade that I thought looked really nice, done this for almost half an hour, but it is what it is. The trade obviously I won on Friday. It was like I won like 1.1%, and as you can see there, I just lost 0.3%, so nothing major at all. I'm happy that I tried this trade, and we will come back on Thursday and see what there is to take.